It's looking like we are so back. So the past month or even couple months has been absolutely insane in the CS2 markets. We had that crazy pump where we hit new all-time highs and then prices crashed back down and everyone was screaming about, Chinese market manipulation and this and that we're crashing, CS2's dead, the game sucks, blah, blah, blah. But now all of a sudden it seems like things have hit a bottom and we are slowly climbing back up. And all of a sudden after 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, everything is green, and the CS2 skin economy is looking like it's in a pretty good place once again. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. Today's video is sponsored by Pirate Swap, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. All you have to do is click on the skins that you want to get rid of and then click on the new skins that you want to own and select confirm trade. It's that simple, it's that easy. And Pirate Swap has an amazing collection of skins, so you will definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you use the discount code GERM on Pirate Swap today, you're actually going to be able to claim a free $10 bonus and be able to get a 35% deposit bonus as well. So it's an awesome site with awesome features offering you an amazing discount. So there's no reason to not go check out Pirate Swap with that first link in the description below today. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So we had plenty of people on Twitter noticing that skin prices are going back up once again. Corb CS, he tweeted this out. He said, "Are we in for another pump?" And this was on May 23rd, where his screenshot from Price Empire has everything looking in the green. This is obviously the very most high tier stuff. These are the 18 items with the highest market caps in CS2. So this is ultra expensive stuff, but obviously, when the highest stuff is going up, there's probably gonna be play skins going up, there's probably gonna be cases going up, there's probably gonna be everything going up, because as expensive stuff goes up, the stuff that trades into it goes up, and as that stuff goes up, the market kind of moves together. Sometimes there'll be a certain area of the market that pumps while everything else is flat or whatever, but generally, these things are all very, very, very correlated. These things generally move together, but seeing the top of the market move when these items are generally more slow growers and generally more stagnant, when these things start going crazy and having big time moves, the rest of the market can as well. And again, these are a lot of the items that had crashed down massively in the past couple weeks. So seeing some of them bounce back is really insane. And it's also crazier when you see high tier stuff move up huge percentages, because those are huge price jumps. Those are huge dollar amount price jumps. Like when I'm looking at this, what stands out to me the biggest is the M4A1S Hot Rod, a $2,000 skin being up 16% in the past 24 hours, being up 52% in the past 7 days, being up 96% in the past 60 days. That is absolutely insane, and obviously that has me thinking a lot about, the skins that trade up into the Hot Rod, checking some of those out, different things like that, because it has been going crazy, and yeah, it was one of the huge pumpers, and it was one of the huge dumpers, but now, all of a sudden, it seems like it's holding up some of those price gains a little bit and bouncing back very, very, very strongly. You have superconductor gloves up 6%. You have butterfly knife Doppler phase 2 up 6%. Karambit Doppler phase 4 up 6%. Karambit Doppler phase 2 up almost 6%. Hedge maze up 6%. Like, this is really, really, really crazy. And I know it was a scary time when prices were dumping, especially for a lot of people who had bought at the all-time highs, or people who had bought the tips of the market and stuff like that. But if you bought these recent dips, you are honestly looking pretty good. And again, we don't know if these prices are going to hold. It's possible we could come crash down again. But again, is this all Chinese market manipulation once again? Are they moving stuff up and down and all around and 24/7 and just over and over again? I don't necessarily know. But I do know obviously that the player base has massively increased over the past couple of years. And at some point, high tier skins we're going to need to continue to increase in price as well. That's just kind of the basics of how this works. I did think this was funny as well. Hey Zoo tweets, he's like, "Do I have to make another video about this? What am I even going to call it?" Because yeah, it is funny. This has been very, very confusing to keep track of, because you have Jesus talking about like the massive market pump and then the massive market crash, and then what is this? This is the second pump. This is I don't know. And are we going back to new all-time highs, or are we just going to come up a little bit before we drop again? Are we going to come up again and slowly break through the all-time highs? I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch, but I am glad that prices are not free falling anymore. I'm glad that prices aren't, just crashing down anymore. Honestly, I'm somebody who kind of likes market crashes. Obviously, I don't want people just to be losing money, and I don't want people to be scared and panicking and all that stuff. But market crashes, those are some of the times where you can make the most money. Market crashes are some of the times when people get rich. Market crashes are when you can buy amazing stuff for the best deals. Truly, market crashes are when you should be loading the most money into the market if you do believe in those items, if you do believe in those markets for the long term. But obviously, I do know people like to see their inventory values going up. People do like to see themselves making money. So this is cool to me as well. The CS2 skins market cap is only 250 million below 5 billion. So we know that, I can't remember what the all-time high was. I think I have it pulled up here. The all-time high for the markets was 5.05 billion. And apparently we are getting closer and closer to getting back to that 5 billion number. So that's also very, very exciting, because when people see a new all-time high has been hit, or we get to a new big shiny number, or things are going up once again, that does get people excited, and that could get people, investing in the markets again. Even though, like I said, it does make more sense to invest when prices are low rather than when prices are at all-time highs. All-time highs create news stories, they create buzz, they get people making videos, they create, headlines on websites and all that stuff, and that gets people to play the game, that gets people to, buy some skins, that gets people to reinvest and all that stuff if they think that things are going to keep going up and going to the moon and all that stuff. So, it's cool that we are getting closer and closer to getting back to some of those all-time highs. And I do think some of it is because I know people like to say CS2 is a trash game and Valve doesn't care, Valve doesn't do anything, whatever, but Valve has been putting out a lot of gameplay-focused updates as well. Some of these are better than others, but Thor did say May 2025 has been the best month yet for Counter-Strike 2 in terms of quality of life updates. The first week of May, we got weekly missions, which again, I don't think weekly missions are all that cool. I think weekly missions are kind of dumb. I don't think the community has really received them all that well, but there is the chance that weekly missions could be the beginning of them, starting some kind of operation at some point in the future. And if we do get some kind of operation or something similar to an operation or whatever with the weekly missions eventually later on down the road, then I think people will be really, really hyped up and excited about weekly missions. So hopefully this is just the beginning. Hopefully this is just them getting started, and hopefully they can continue to make weekly missions better and better, because right now they're pretty trash. We did get the weapon rarity heads-up display in week 2, which again is not, who really cares about that, but hey, at least it's something. It's a nice little touch. It's something that should have been in the game. We did get again a couple days later, the reduced body impact sound, which I think is a nice update. And then in May 21st, I know this is one people were really hyped up about, we got the spray adjustments that should hopefully make the game feel a lot better. So again, some of these updates are bigger than others, some of these are smaller, but it does show that Valve is continually doing something in May. Overall, I know like April is a pretty quiet month where they didn't really do anything, and I know in general people have said, hey, the Valve devs are lazy, they're sitting on CS2, they're sitting on their buckets of cash, blah, 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 but the player base is growing. They are making more changes. We just got the new Austin update as well. We have the Austin Major right around the corner, and that honestly could have something to do with this all as well. People could be getting hyped up for this Austin Major. I know we have like IEM Dallas going on right now, which people seem to be having a great time at. And if the Austin Major does end up being a really fun one, an epic one, an iconic one, the viewership's good, we could definitely get more people playing the game. We could definitely get things bouncing back in a big way, and I think the market, is responding to that as well. But it is also interesting that in May we are seeing the first decline in the overall number of players we've seen in a long time, which is interesting because this is again a time where we've been hitting new all-time highs in the markets, but the player base is not dropping off quickly, but it's, at best it's stagnating, at worst it's going down a little bit. Now I know a lot of people will say, hey, this is just what happens every summer, and I think it happens most summers where, hey, people start going outside, people go on vacation, people start playing sports, people are off school, and we're going to go hang out with their friends, we're going to go do a million other things rather than just play video games all summer, but it's also a time where people have a lot of free time as well, so maybe more video games. I don't really know. And again, at the end of the day, this isn't a huge drop off from where we were at the beginning of the year. We are still up massively in terms of player base, and we also had 6 months straight of player base growth, and you're not just going to have infinite player base growth. There's going to be ups and downs and everything in between, but still the fact that the market is doing well at a time when maybe the player base is slowing down a little bit, I think that's another very, very good sign for the market that, people aren't necessarily just selling off all their skins and doing all that. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Average player still sitting over 1 million is still really, really good. Peak player still over 1.7 million. It's still good. Just because we're dropping, that's not anything to panic about. It's not really anything to worry about. I also thought this was absolutely hilarious as well, because I'm sure a ton of people have experienced this over the past couple of weeks. The CS2 trending items and market cap, when you sell your skins, the market pumps. When you buy more skins, that's when the market dumps, because I know a lot of people were buying at the all-time highs, then we crashed down, then people started selling. Now we're seeing the market jump back up again, and now people don't know what to do. They're scared to buy, they're scared to sell, but just keep in mind, that's why you want to keep things simple. It's why you want to keep things consistent. It's why you don't want to look at the prices and the market and the charts and everything too much. I really think the best, most effective strategy, and what's going to keep you from driving yourself insane and keep you from getting caught up in all this market insanity, is buy the good stuff always. Have some kind of plan where every week, every month, every couple weeks, every couple months, whatever, you put some money into your portfolio and you buy whatever the best stuff is. If you think it's high tier skins, if you think it's play skins, if you think it's trade up skins, if you think it's cases, if you think it's knives, gloves, whatever, consistently be adding to those at all the different prices, dollar cost in. You'll end up with some good prices, you'll end up with some bad prices, but you will be accumulating a ton of, super high quality, or at least in your opinion, super high quality assets over time. And then eventually when the market does start to pump in your favor, you'll end up making a lot of money. Now there'll be some dips and some pumps and some everything, some Chinese market manipulation, whatever in between. But at the end of the day, if you're investing in good stuff that generally goes up over time and you own a lot of it, you should be making money. So I think that is very, very, very exciting. When we look at the price empire charts again today, is not necessarily the best green day in the world. Overall, the markets are up 0.1% today. A lot of the high tier stuff is giving back some of those gains. You have the hot rod down 3% today, print stream down 3% today. Some of the stuff is green, but again, when we go and look at like the 30-day charts, a lot of the stuff still doing very, very well. And when you zoom out even farther to the 60-day charts, most things are green. If anything is red, you have the Asimov's down 2%. You have the red line that's down 1%. Most things are still doing very, very well. The further you zoom out, the longer time frame you give it, the better chances the good stuff has of going up. So things are really volatile the last 24 hours, last 7 days, last 30 days. But again, over the last 60 days, most things are up absolutely massively. If we bump up the liquidity a little bit, we can see what has been doing well in the past 24 hours. And it seems like it's mostly a lot of play skins. The top gainers, 21% from the Desert Eagle Urban Rebel. We have the AK Rat Rod. We have the Charm That's Bananas doing well. Glock Candy Apple. We have the USP Torque. We have the Flux Hollow from Paris. We have some borderless stuff kind of bouncing back and doing good. Obviously, with the new bordered stickers from Austin, Charmed Little Whiskers doing good. The Glock 18 Vogue is doing good. It's kind of like a lot of this mid-tier stuff, a lot of the cheap to mid-tier skins, and then some charms and some stickers that are doing the best today. So if you own some play skins, you're probably doing quite well. And then again, lately, cases have been doing pretty well also. Prisma 2 case up 16% in the past month. Prisma case up 23% in the past month. Danger Zone up 48% in the past month. Just going crazy. Clutch case up 12% in the past month. CS20 case, one that I've been sleeping on, but a ton of people keep telling me to buy, has been up 17% in the past month. And then you also have these borderless sticker capsules like Stockholm Challengers, up 58% in the past month. Antwerp Contenders up 24% in the past month. Paris Legends even up 16% in the past month. So, like I said, the market's all across the board, all different kinds of places. High tier, play skins, borderless stickers, cases, everything is doing good. It seems like we are really back. Now, again, I don't know how long this is going to last, but at least for right now, the markets are pumping once again, and these are always exciting times when prices are going up, everybody's making money, everybody's feeling good, so hopefully you guys are making some money as well. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.